Hmm?
Very soon, guys. This is Chris, and I am hosting this with. Well, no, I'm not hosting it anymore. I'm gonna hand it off. We have a new host. We're just gonna try to play with a few things right now. So I'm gonna hand off hosting to Joy Alleman, and Joy's gonna read off the top stories, and hopefully I can convince her to do this every day, which she probably already has agreed not to. So what's the top story?
All right, guys. In honor of 1,500 subscribers, T3 Medias will be expanding blog, podcast, and blog productivity. Overall, T3 Medias will present the Christopher Vagan BPV. Blogs, podcasts, and vlogs will continue to show on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud, as well as our official website, t3medias.com. More entertainment, political, and social commentary through the following titles: The Rant Over Show, This Be Right Here, Movies, TV, and Game Reviews, Reactions, Force Feast, The Binge, and We Got Your Mail. So, Chris, what can we expect from all this?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Joy. Because, well, the cool thing about it is that I'm going to be able to delegate more stuff to you, because I just don't feel like doing all this work anymore. I'm doing the editing, doing all the marketing, I'm doing all the, I have to go out there and shake my patootie for money, and that's not working. nothing happened. But I always have all these ideas on what new things I want to talk about. So, you guys, some of you guys know that I do the Rant Over Show with Tiffany Castleberry. I'm going to continue doing that, but I'm also going to expand that I'm going to try to expand that into a daily thing. We'll try to do a little bit, even if it's like only a 5-minute or a 10-minute. Well, I'm not gonna waste your iTunes time on that. You want to drive, you want to listen to a podcast. So I'm going to try to commit at least 15 minutes of just me ranting. The Rant Over Shows is going to be ranting about something, because there's always something to get pissed off about out there. So whether or not it's just me by myself with Tiffany, with Castleberry, the captain. I think she was promoted to captain. I'm used to calling her a lieutenant, but she's a captain. Or hopefully with Joy. Maybe Joy wants to get mad and you know, something I did, and wants to rant about that. Sub to that would be well, that's a good question. What do you think? I know you get upset about some things that's going on in the world. The Rant Over Show doesn't necessarily have to be political. It could just be about what's going on in the world. I mean, we're both parents. So I mean, would you even want to rant about some stuff?
I don't know if you want me to rant.
Tell the people at work how you really feel about it. No. She only says nice things about everybody, except for me. I'm the one that she vents to and vents about. What about This Be Right Here? Podcast only. So the Rant Over Show will be podcast and vlog mostly. This Be Right Here, really, which is actually titled This Bitch Right Here, but that's with that's the more liberal show with Emily, and we complain about, you know, the establishment. I don't know what everybody has to complain about. I love the establishment. It keeps everybody in line. And, you know, and when that tattoo of the barcode, I want it right there. What about that? Well, you think you might want to get on you like saying that line? Every time you're at Kroger's and somebody's writing with a check, you always go, "This bitch right here." What? I mean, right? You think that might be a little too controversial? It might sully the reputation.
If we're talking politics, you know I don't like politics.
Okay. Well, then movies, TVs, and game reviews and stuff like that. You don't play that many games, but you watch just as much TV and movies that I do. And there's some shows that I don't even want to even get into, like Roseanne. There's going to be a full Roseanne interview. What was the news about that? Have they officially started production?
Oh yeah, they're fully into it.
The new Roseanne show.
Oh yes.
So you've heard it here first, guys. Probably literally. Roseanne is coming back. You literally probably just heard that first right here. So I'll get into that later. That's going to be blogs and video, mostly movies, TV, and game reviews is going to be blogs and video. Reactions is going to be video. What else? We have my screen just did something weird. There's a new one called Force Feed. I've been trying to get off the ground. I want to do more Star Wars talking since the movie's about to come out. We got 16 days left until the greatest day in the world. Not Christmas. Well, yes, Christmas I don't want to insult like my fellow Christians, and then all of a sudden y'all start blogging about me. He's got a war on Christmas. No, it's all about the Star Wars movie.
We're ready.
And I want to watch that alone. And then we can watch it. Let's see. Then the binge. You've seen me do a binge review. We're going to talk about that later. That's video only. And then We Got Your Mail is on all 3 platforms. So I don't have a We Got Your Mail, but there is something coming up that I do want to get into. So after all that, yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. Hopefully with more help from Emily, with help from Joy, with help from Sean, I can take a nap. All right. And thank you for 1,500 subscribers. We've been trying to cross that threshold for the longest, and we finally pushed through. That's what she said. Okay, what's the next one?
It happened. Marvel released the trailer for the upcoming Avengers Infinity Wars. Fans took to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook and gave it complete breakdowns and made some harsh comparisons to other comic book films that recently dropped. So what does this mean for the industry?
My friend, well, you haven't even seen the trailer.
I haven't seen it yet.
What's going on? I'm about to cut in like 5 seconds. I saw the trailer, freaked out. I already did a review on it. My friend Joe, the reason why I mentioned about the Twitter stuff is because Joe calls me up and goes, "Did you see the comments? I love looking at the comments on all this stuff." Maybe I'll be able to find something, but I could probably find it on what I'm on right now. But one of the comments that he brought up was so funny. He said, if Marvel was to charge us for how many views or we watched just this trailer, it probably would have made more money than Justice League's opening week. I was like, wow, that was the harshest.
Yes.
That's and you know what? Screw you guys, whoever wrote that, because Justice League has built up momentum. You can't wish for one movie to fail and for another movie to succeed. These are all comic book films. It's like that commercial where the Raiders fan guy goes to dinner. Have you seen that commercial where the guy goes to dinner with his girlfriend and she's all San Francisco 49ers?
Mm-mm.
Well, there's a commercial about a guy who goes to dinner with his girlfriend and the whole family's all San Francisco 49ers. And she's like, you can't wear that shirt. You have to take it off. And he takes it off, but underneath it he has another Raiders shirt and it lights up. So he's sitting there at dinner, all San Francisco 49er fans. He's the only ones with a Raiders shirt that's just lighting up. Even the dog is wearing something and looking at him like. The mother gets up, she's pissed off, she walks off, and the girlfriend is just like, just turn it off. Turn it off. And they're just blinking, and everybody's looking at him. And I'm like, what's the big deal? Would you have a problem with that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I get the joke, but honestly, commercials like that just make me mad. Like, screw those guys. Like, you knew I was a Raiders fan, and you still jumped on all this. So that's like what the hell? We're all football fans. That's what we all have in common. And that's what I say about these comic book people. They just get all crazy about this. Like I'm going through some of these comments right now. Get this man a shield, or you wouldn't even get these references. Avengers theme is back. I cried. Somebody said that. I cried when they heard the theme. I haven't gotten this many chills since ... Oh, I have to read more. Grandmaster pause. There's even more. That's it. These people are weird. Marvel is love. Marvel is life. Marvel is peace and taco grease. Marvel is bae. Before anyone else. You didn't think I knew that, did you? And I'm going to stop with the Infinity Gauntlet has an empty space for the Infinity Stone in Vision's forehead. Good call to not hold out on the obvious like the Justice League did. You see, like I guess the whole trying to pretend like Superman wasn't going to be in the movie even though everybody knew he had to be. And some people got mad about that. I was saying, why you show you showed us too much. You don't know what I'm talking about. But something that happened to Vision, but he has an Infinity Stone on his forehead. You remember that character? So if the big bad is looking for all the Infinity Stones, what the hell do you think is probably going to happen to that character? I mean, come on, it's obvious. It's not a secret. And they showed it. You'll see. I'm going to have to stop right now and let her see the trailer or something like that, because this is... Maybe I should just get a react. Nah, you know what? No. She's just going to have to sit in the corner by herself and just watch it, because this is just unprofessional that you're not ready for this. But what Marvel movies have you not caught up to yet? And more importantly, what Marvel movies has your child not caught up to yet?
Well, I'm caught up.
To all of them?
Yes.
Have you seen Black Panther?
It's not out yet.
I was just testing.
But I'm ready for it.
Thor Ragnarok.
We just saw that.
Did you give a review?
No.
Exactly. Moving on. What's the next story?
We caught the first episode of Godless on Netflix. So we're going to do an upcoming review of this series on our blog and the YouTube channel. But here's what we think about it so far.
Tell me what you think about it so far.
One episode in, it seems pretty interesting. There's definitely ways to go, places to go. We still got a lot of stuff to uncover.
The weird thing is that what I thought was going to happen in the first 20 minutes of the show didn't happen, like what you saw in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert, we haven't even seen it yet.
No, they
keep hinting.
talked. Yeah,
it's like this is an after thing, like it's already happened.
Yeah, it already happened, and
thing.
And they've talked about it.
They talked about the thing that we're not talking about right now. I don't want to spoil too much, but that spoiled enough.
But I feel like that plays a part in outcome. I mean, has to have something more.
They showed it to us in the trailer. You think they're gonna show us really what happened, like on the very last episode or something? They're gonna show the thing that we already seen in the trailer and make it oh my god in the last episode, like you showed us in the trailer. No,
but tying it all together.
Ever since George Lucas gave us episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then out of order did all this whole Greek mythology thing with it, everybody's trying to be a damn artist. I just feel like that's what's going on. But I do like it so far, and so far I think I'm gonna like a character who I hated in the Jackie. What was that show called? Jackie. It was just Jackie. Nurse Jackie. I couldn't stand it because her character wasn't that likable to me. I mean, she was likable enough, but she was one of those bubbly people that I just can't stand. I have a friend named Roy that's like that. You know who you are. I just can't stand it. But she's like the total opposite. When she went on to The Walking Dead, have you seen her on that?
Yes.
And now she's on this. Now she's like more of a badass, and I like her now. So I think she's gonna become my favorite. So that's all I can say about it so far because we only saw
just the first
episode. So it's gotta binge the rest and finish it. So that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it up.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, what's next?
Christmas is almost here, and most people are getting games. We've just recently expanded to Xbox One X, and so far it seems pretty great. But what's the overall big picture?
It's fucking awesome. Well, I mean, honestly, I just bought another Xbox. That's pretty much what I did, and it can hold more games. That's all I really did. Is the image sharper? Is it all that stuff? I have an untrained eye. I can't really tell. But because I'm admitting that I have an untrained eye. The TV that I have is better. Sean was the one who burst my bubble. He said, I'm watching Xbox One X, and it's all in HDR and high definition. And then Sean goes, Netflix isn't streaming in high definition. And I'm like, fuck you, Sean, because all I watch is Netflix mostly. But then when I switch to Sling and all that stuff, I can tell. I definitely can tell the difference. It's sharper and stuff like that. When are you getting your Xbox One X? You got like a 5. You got a 1
terabyte.
You do have 1 terabyte.
Mm-hmm.
So they were already selling a terabyte. I thought this was gonna be more. I thought this was 2 terabytes. So I got it. But it was 1 terabyte, and then there's something else, but it's still just 1 terabyte. But it's still better than yours. So I like
the remote.
I bought the remote separately. It didn't come with that.
But does it work with the other units or just with
That's
the
a
X?
that's a universal Xbox remote, so I can go walk into your house right now and just start controlling stuff.
Well, see, I like that.
It's universal. The only thing it doesn't control is the TV because I don't have my Connect anymore, and unless you guys still use your Connect,
Mm-hmm.
dang, I need a Connect now. I'm just gonna go to GameStop and pay $20 because I like to be able to control the TV, but I won't be able to control the TV 100% with that remote until I have a Connect. Because I've learned, I thought that the HDMI cable was what was controlling the TV. It's not. It's the Connect.
The Connect.
So the signal's coming out of the Connect and bouncing back to the TV, I guess. I don't know. It's stupid. It should be HDMI. It should be a real universal remote, but Xbox has to make their money somehow. So they're forcing me to buy another Connect.
Well, see, now I just need to get the remote, and I'm good with the Xbox. I already have it.
Well, technically, you'll have it soon. What's the last one? The next one?
Daisy Ridley, in an interview with Bradley Russell, says that episode will be her last portrayal of Rey.
Oops, that should say episode 9.
Episode 9. Saying, "No, for me, I didn't really know what I was signing on to. I hadn't read the script, but from what I could tell, it was really nice people involved, so I was just like, awesome. Now I think I'm even luckier than I knew then to be part of something that feels so like coming home now."
So I don't get it. Is she really? When I read this morning, I'm like, is she really saying, okay, I'm not coming back, or is she just trying to throw us off? I'm thinking that this might be like a throw off kind of a thing. Maybe she's gonna be a bad guy and not be Rey anymore. She's gonna be Darth. I don't know. Darth Drippity Doo. Whoever. I don't know what the names of it come. I don't know how they come up with these names and whatnot. Like, oh, technically, I'm not Rey anymore. I destroyed her, and now became Darth better than you or something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, if you're really that happy about the part and the movies that you've made, I don't really know why you would not want to continue on with it, unless you have a fear of being typecast that you won't be able to get other roles later.
That's a fear, but I think they know how to. I think their agents are better these days now. I think they know how to. After seeing what happened to Mark Hamill and everyone else besides Harrison Ford, I think they follow the Harrison Ford blueprint. Like, you need to do other movies while you're doing this. Don't wait till the series is over and then like do what Christopher Reeves did. Now I want to be in another movie. No, you're Superman. like
right.
It was hard. I think they'll be fine on that aspect, especially nowadays if you have a good marketing team. I saw a recent. I'm gonna save this for the 4th Street Network. I'm gonna share this story later. I think it's serious because I always get nervous whenever somebody begins with the sentence, "No, for me." And then this is exactly what she did. She just Kardashian this whole thing. You know how I feel about the Kardashians. She's just like, I feel that for me, that being famous and making all this money and being adored by millions of little girls that can look up to is just too much for me. And maybe she's just gonna give up. I don't know. I think she's just blowing smoke because she needs to do that. I don't know why. But I don't know. Maybe it's real.
Time will tell.
Or what's the last one? Did she have computer problems or?
I was pulling it up. Well, we've got more news on the Matt Lauer situation from dailymail.com.
About time. So, the whole thing with Matt Lauer, that was a big blow to everyone on the MSNBC side. But just like I always said, the liberals and the Democrats and the conservatives are like the Crips and the Republicans and the conservatives are like the Bloods. And these gangs, the Blood gang does not attack their own, and you can see it for some weird coincidence. They're sharing the same color red. The Republicans do the same exact thing. They do not attack their own. That 11th commandment: "Thou shalt not say nothing bad about a fellow Republican." And it doesn't matter if they're accused rapist or pedophile or whatever. They seem to be circling wagons around this guy, but you don't see that on the liberal side. You see on the conservative side, they're saying they're not talking about it. They're doing nothing but talking about it. I'm watching, and to the point where some liberals are getting upset about it. You're talking about it too much. They're not talking about it on the other side, on their guys. Well, you know what? It's called integrity. Matt Lauer, yeah, he was an icon in MSNBC, but the dude had a damn trap door in his office. Like, yeah, we're talking about this shit. Like, nobody wants to be associated with that guy because everybody on MSNBC is being asked the same question. When the hell was the first time you heard about this? Did you know? Hey, Morning Joe, when did you know about the trapdoor button? Did you know? Did he show it to you? Did you push it? Were you fucking with it? You know, they're going to ask that question. And you're going to have to be like, no, I found out the first time you found out. So, I don't know. They don't know what I'm talking about. What you think? Did you find it?
Well, it's a pretty long article.
Well, yeah, we're not going to go through the whole thing. But you've read it already. What was the gist of it?
I mean, he's definitely come forward and said that while he's saying that not all of it's true, and he's being being mischaracterized on some of it.
Like wait, is the trap door real?
He's not said what's true or not true. All he says is some of what is being said about me is untrue or mischaracterized, but there is enough truth in the stories for me to feel embarrassed and ashamed. But he's not being specific about what is true and not true.
He's gonna own up to the whole. You said that one of the women said that they had sex. He had sex with her so hard that she went unconscious.
Yes.
You think that was when she said that? Do you think that was like? I hear about like when people are sexually assaulted or if a woman is in a situation where it's no matter what she does, it's about to happen. She's about to be raped, and that some women go into a mental state where they have to just like shut down. So they just leave their body. You think that's probably what she meant?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'd rather like to believe that it was that she either blacked out from the not the trauma.
Did she say that he hit her or something?
No. She just said that he had sex with her until she fell unconscious. So.
What the hell were you doing, Matt? What the?
So it's like, but did he give her something?
That's the part that throws me off. I'm like,
or was this all just out of her reaction to what was going on, that she just passed out from the.
Is her name revealed? Did she reveal? She hasn't revealed her name. And you said that MSNBC found enough evidence.
I don't think it was from her specific case, but from another person that came forward. They did have. That person had saved messages and actual photographs that were sent to her by him that they were able to say, okay, yeah.
Better not say anything about that trip. That's the part that trips me out. Now, everybody, Harvey Weinstein is feeling great right now. Tiger Woods is golfing again. Bill O'Reilly, all these people are going to feel like, not vindicated, but they're going to feel like the story is now off. As weird, well, maybe not Weinstein. That dude came in a plant. So, out of a bathrobe, wearing a bathrobe, and he just ejaculated into a plant in front of a woman. That's weird enough. I think that's weirder than the trapdoor thing. But the trapdoor thing, the push button, and then the door locks thing is right up there. You're a James Bond villain at that point. It's just weird.
Well, apparently most of the high-profile employees have the door lock button, but it's a security. It's meant to be a security measure that they can lock their door. He decided to use it for other purposes.
Oh, so that's going to be the thing that's going to make that a less weird story. But so he used his power. But so it's like they're going to be like, you used your power for evil instead of good. Kind of a thing. Okay. So everybody has this trap. Cause they're making it seem like he's the only one in the world. Like was it you who made that comment? Like who was the engineers that came in and installed this for him?
Well, you think that would have leaked out over time to say, well, he has a button in his room, but apparently since they all have
that
the button,
makes sense. I was wondering
it's not unusual.
Like, either the button wasn't real or like you just solved it. Everybody has one. He just used it for the wrong thing. I guess when I don't know, you wouldn't. Oh, that's weird. I would use it to like if I was in I'm in my office doing something wrong. I'm probably taking a nap or playing video games when I'm not supposed to be doing. Matt Lauer just turned into a damn animal. That's just ridiculous. So I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, what do you think is going to happen now? I mean, now the stories that political people are trying to get women to falsely come up with stories. Like there's a woman who was told to come up with a fake story on Roy Moore, and the investigators, journalists found out that she was a conservative from a right-wing conservative group. What her plan was to come up with this crazy story and get them on tape saying this is going to hurt Roy Moore, and they felt like she might have been a plant. So when the woman that went to go interview her went to visit her, she noticed that she put her purse in a specific position so the reporter took her purse and put it in front of that purse and waited to see what the woman was going to do, and she then got up and got her purse again and moved it somewhere else, which tipped her off. Okay, yeah, you're recording this. This is okay, and then that's when the reporter just laid it out on her. It turns out that we've investigated you. We see that you actually work for this right wing this and right wing that, and you still believe that the liberals need to be shut down and this and that. The other is like, no, I don't believe that anymore. Is this gonna hurt Roy Moore? Like she's still trying to, but she was busted. So I don't know. I feel like more of that's gonna come out, and I don't think there's more false accusations that's gonna come out. I just feel like more people trying to make false accusations, like political people, are gonna try to pay people to do stuff. But I don't know. I still feel like there's another shoe that's about to drop. I feel like there's going to be a woman, like Oprah Winfrey style power, that's going to be accused of sexual harassment from a guy or a girl.
Probably.
I feel like it's about to happen. I feel like that's the thing that's going to blow this whole thing wide open.
I mean, you had one male come forward, but it wasn't from another female. It was from another male.
Well, that does happen. But I'm waiting for a male.
But he was high profile and.
He said, he was high profile and said that the girl.
No, he said another. It was
another man.
Terry Crews, who's a big man who's comes across as a very you don't mess with type of person, and he came forward and said that he's been sexually harassed
by other men.
Yeah, that at some kind of a party for where the celebrities think that they're going to try to get him to. They grabbed him.
Would you mind sleeping with my wife kind of a thing, probably?
Like they said they just blatantly just came forward and just grabbed his crotch. And
that's not how you say hello?
And he was like, okay.
And you would Terry Crews, out of all the people you want to sexually harass, why would you pick a dude that can physically destroy you in front of everybody? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it at all.
Well, he said that's why he felt like he needed to say something because he didn't
want people to think that it was just women that are getting that. But I knew that stories when stuff like that was over. I'm talking about a man accusing
I'm sure it will.
Profile woman, but 9 times out of 10, it's always laughed off. Guys like that attention sometimes.
Well, I mean, it's hard even for significant others, husbands, boyfriends that are abused by their spouses to come forward because they're like, well, I'm the man. People aren't going to believe me, or they're going to think something weird about it. But
that's true.
There are women that beat up,
beat the shit out of their husbands, and I think that's probably why it's they know not to say nothing, because they feel like it's going to be laughed at, because they're like, well, physically you should be able to defend yourself. And in some situations, it is like that. They're like the guy probably thinks that, well, if she ever really tried something, I mean, she can't physically do anything to me, so her words don't. I mean,
but an actress just got arrested recently for domestic violence.
An actress?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying that they're not going to get arrested if it's blatant like that. I'm talking about like when it's like in the workplace and it's like just words like, hey baby, you look that. Like there are some women that are out there that'll get just as vulgar and stuff, just like some of these guys. But some of these guys, either they welcome the attention a little bit, they play along a little bit more because maybe they like it, Or even if they don't like it, they'll go home and complain to their wife and go, yeah, she's like that too. But to involve themselves into a whole, let's make this a whole thing, I don't think a guy is willing to go that far, because unless something happened to like it really affected their work, like I knew I was next in line for that promotion or something like that, and she's been grabbing me on the butt for so many years, and then she gives the promotion to Rick. Oh no. I think it's I think that's when it would probably like go down. Like I think that's when some high profile woman. So I don't know. Or maybe it's a whole different scenario. Maybe there's a woman who like has a trap door of her own, and just because there's a lot of sickies out there. So I wouldn't be surprised at anything anymore. I'm sure it's happened, but are men willing to talk about it? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have that old movie with Michael
Michael
Douglas.
Disclosure.
Full disclosure. Yeah.
I'm gonna sue her for sexual harassment.
And they didn't believe him.
Yeah. And he had to go into the virtual reality or something like that to prove like the beginnings of what virtual reality was supposed to look like. It was this big profile, and he's talking to the computer, and it's like and you're like, that computers weren't that smart back in the 90s. I don't care how rich that dude was, that computer was not that smart in the 90s. They were still running off of dial-up. They were in Windows 95, and he was all like, Gideon, can you please lock her out of the system because I don't want her to touch my butt again? And it was like access denied. It was like Lawnmower Man type. I don't know. There's a movie right there we could probably do a retrospective review on. There's another show that me and Sean are about to do. It's called Retrospective Reviews, where we pick old movies and we talk about them, and then we pick one character who's a standout character in the movie, the most famous non-famous person or whatever, who like stole the whole movie, but probably the career didn't really go anywhere, kind of a thing. So we're gonna do that coming up soon. So that was a weird little segue from sexual harassment to that, but that's all I got, guys. But hey, thanks, Joe, for letting me use you for your reading skills.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I can't read it. So you're gonna decide whether or not she's gonna do this again, because she's all like, quit trying to make Collider happen on T3M, because it's not gonna happen. I'm like, we're gonna steal all their ideas. But I like it. You know, I like having a host. It's easier. I don't want to read. I don't want to read. So I mean, maybe she'll come back some more later on when I'm all like, please, and I give her that look, and she's all like, okay, I'm making macaroni and cheese. All right, so hit the like button, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Put all your comments in the box below, and if you haven't become a subscriber, well, you're like one that just isn't smart. So if you're smart, hit the button, because now we're over 15. When we hit 2,000, I think me and Sean are gonna play strip poker. We're gonna figure something out what to do on the 2,000 subscribers, but we're trying to aim for 2 and then 5,000. We're gonna start giving away prizes again, maybe if I can afford it. I mean, I'm gonna go to the dollar store and make sure that you guys get something great. But until next time, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching this latest video from T3 Medias. If you want more content on this channel, just click right here. If you want some of the elite members only stuff, go to patreons.com/T3 Medias. Trust me, it's worth the price of admission. As always, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends. Love. Till next time, guys.